And I was suggesting there that it can be a lot more graceful than anybody would ever dream, because in the 50s and the 60s, I mean, the conversation was, how are we going to solve the problem of a nuclear exchange? And of course, the day I got my draft notice was there was a missile crisis in Cuba. I mean, that was very, very real. So that is, it was a concern and still is a concern, but the collapse, I think that I'm talking about, is the inevitable collapse of the economy, because we won't be able to afford it, and that can come quickly, and the downturn can be very, very vicious. It can be very, very fast. The one reason why I continue to talk about it and think it's important is that it doesn't have to happen. We should have prevented it. It's sort of like trying to stay out of a war. We could stay out of a war by maybe making sure they declare the war and know what they're doing. But no, right now, the inflation has occurred. The debt is there. We're not going to pay it off in a normal, honorable, moral fashion. So we are going to continue until the market wins. The market always wins, and the market will say there will be a liquidation of debt. It's been known for thousands of years that the debt gets wiped out, and then we have to do it. But we don't have a replacement for it. Marxists that are very vocal right now, they actually like the idea of chaos, because that gives them a chance to clean the slate and start this new world order with a Marxist system. And of course, that's what we have to work to avoid. And right now, it's up for grabs. When you have inflationary pressures that comes from increasing the money supply, it's never even. Everybody doesn't suffer alike. And that's one of the problems with it, because some people suffer more than others, and some people make money and make more profits when there's inflation. But the inflation tells you whether the people are getting wealthy or not, or poorer. And one characteristic of this situation is labor and wages never keep up with prices going up once, the price movement starts. See, for years, we were printing money like crazy. We tripled the money supply between 2008 and 22. Inflation didn't seem to be bad, and the stock market was doing well. But when the prices in the retail market started going up, they lose control. But the wages never keep up. And that's why there's resentment between the wealthy and the poor and the middle class, because that's, to me, the most destructive thing about inflation. Some people say, well, what if all the, why is inflation so bad, inflating the money supply, that is, because, everybody's salary is going to go up, and everybody's prices are going to go up, and it'll be even Steven. But it doesn't work that way. That's right. Some people suffer. And that's why the real test is, what are the housewives and what are the shoppers saying when they buy groceries, and what are they saying when they buy gasoline? We have to recognize what it is. And one principle is that if an individual or a company or a government, a country, spends beyond its means and lives beyond its means, it will be destined to live beneath its means, because you have to pay for it. I think that there's a lot of effort. It's the biggest political issue going on right now, but they're starting with the wrong premise, because there have not been very many people in government. I met about 4 that I considered an understanding of the free market, and why you should have sound money, why you should have commodity money, why you should not have interference with interest rates, you shouldn't have a central bank. And that is where the real problem is. But if you start with, this is a management problem. Oh, it's Powell's fault, or it's somebody, we need better management and all. No, we need a different system. This system doesn't work. It has never worked in history. And we had a token relationship of our dollar to gold all through my lifetime until August 15, 1971, when that was severed. And then we lost the unit of account. There's no definition of a unit of account, and that makes for a chaotic market, and it makes it very difficult. And all the government can do and all the politicians can do, and just look at it, spend more money. And right now, today, they're bragging, the Democrats are bragging about Biden. He's on a roll. He got 4 big bills passed. He's going to solve the problem of inflation. Well, they all spent money. And it's all inflationary. So it's all a farce. But I think the basic problem, they come from the wrong premise that you can have a world currency, which is so important, don't have market interest rates, and then try to run an economy because you don't have savings. People don't save. That's not where capital comes from.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
I have bad news for you. If you're not rich by now, you're screwed. And if you're in debt, you're even double screwed. How so, you might wonder? Well, the sad truth is that you're working your whole life to make someone else rich. The mega corporations, the banks, the politicians, everyone is getting richer. They get your money. And what is even worse, they get your time, they get your life. You are not even in a rat race, you're in a financial prison. But what could a solution for you look like? Honestly, I don't know, but I know what a solution for me would look like. It's very simple. I use whatever money I have and I multiply it with 1,000. This could make my life much easier and probably yours as well. If you have $1,000 available and multiply this with 1,000, I believe that this could solve some financial issue for the one or the other. Of course, if you're ugly, you would have to multiply it with much more than 1,000. My name is Marco Stan, and this is what I decided to do. I decided to 1000x my money. This is not a joke. I know what you may be thinking. What is this guy talking about? How should this work? This is not possible. Well, I made a detailed video where I laid out my plan. And some clever folks might even want to look at this plan and copy it and do exactly what I do. This is just a little hint on the side. You have two options. You leave, you forget what you have seen. You do whatever you're doing and you hope that somehow you get some other results. Good luck with that. Or you click the link below the video. You enter your email address because I'm not showing this to everybody. You at least watch my video on how I plan to 1000x my money. The choice is yours. Make the right choice. Join me. See what a different future you could have. See at least how I intend, how I plan to do the 1000x. So click on the link below, enter your email address, and I see you on the other side. Your Marco Stan.